Real estate on London's East End sees little more than commuter trains rumbling past it. But it's the future location of what some say will be the biggest Islamic inroad into Christendom in 400 years. A gigantic mosque complex, the likes of which the West has never seen. This is the site for the proposed mega mosque. That building you see is the present makeshift mosque on an undeveloped piece of property. Well, imagine an immense modern complex, in effect an Islamic village in the heart of London. This video from the website of the mosque architect Ali Mangera shows what will be called the London Markaz, a 17-acre Islamic worship center for as many as 70,000 Muslims. Planned to be the hub of an Islamic quarter for the 2012 London Olympics, it will dwarf many of Britain's Christian cathedrals.
It's going to be very large. It's going to be the mosque, it's going to be an Islamic garden, there's going to be a library, there's going to be...
Alan Craig of the Christian People's Alliance is a councilman for the London borough of Newham, where the mosque is planned to be built. He's fighting it.
I'm not anti-Muslim, and I'm a Democrat. I believe Muslims have the right to build mosques. But there's a difference between your average mosque down the road and this monster mosque, this mega mosque, which they want to build.
But it's not just the size of the mega mosque that's a concern. It's who's behind it. A shadowy group called Tablighi Jamaat. The FBI says Tablighi Jamaat has ties to Al-Qaeda. The shoe bomber Richard Reed was associated with Tablighi Jamaat, as were two of the 7/7 bombers who struck London's public transportation system in 2005. The money for the project is coming from sources in the Middle East. Even moderate British Muslims oppose the mosque and have circulated a petition against it. One of the leaders of the Muslim opposition is Dr. Irfan Al-Alawi, who says the mosque will be a security threat.
I think yes, because once the youth have been brainwashed and been captured by the satanic ideology of the Tablighis, yes, it will certainly come as a very hard-hitting movement.
But although many moderate British Muslims may think the mega mosque is a bad idea, it has one important booster. The Mayor of London.
The person who is really behind it is Ken Livingstone. And Ken Livingstone is associated with a lot of people who are associated with the Tablighi Jamaat.
Far-left London Mayor Ken Livingstone, also known as Red Ken, has what some would describe as a pro-Islamist, anti-Israel track record. He's called Ariel Sharon a war criminal and has said that British Muslims who go to the Middle East and kill Israelis should not be called terrorists. The mega mosque project might have sailed through before 9/11. But in 2007, Britain is now considered a major base for homegrown Islamic terrorism. Newsweek reports that Britons are being trained in Pakistan to carry out terrorist attacks in the UK. Alawi says Pakistan is also where Tablighi Jamaat sends young British-born Muslims to be brainwashed into extremism.
Is British government really going to turn the blind eye on that and think, okay, let's go ahead and give these people a chance? I don't think so. If they want a 9/11 in England, then by all means.
Melanie Phillips, author of Londonistan, says the British left still believes accommodating radical Muslims will somehow pacify them.
Unfortunately, that's the way the government has been going. It's taken the line of least resistance, and it very foolishly, in my view, believes that if you give in to the demands being made by extremists, you kind of make the problem go away.
But if anything, the problem in Britain is growing. Polls last year showed almost a quarter of British Muslims believe the 7/7 London bombings were justified, and 1 in 3 want to live under Sharia law. And those kinds of headlines have helped galvanize grassroots opposition to the mega mosque project. Councillor Craig, who lives in a city with 300 mosques and 500 madrasas, suggests Britain not allow any more mosques until Muslims allow churches in Saudi Arabia.
So why should the Saudis pay for the building of a mosque in the UK when there is not one single church, temple, gurdwara, synagogue in Saudi at all? So I don't think we should accept any more Saudi money for any mosque anywhere until they start putting some churches and some temples and some synagogues up in Saudi.
The spokesman for Tablighi Jamaat, Abdul Khalik, refused an interview request by CBN News. But he told the British press the mega mosque will be something never before seen in this country. It is a mosque for the future as part of the British landscape. If the mega mosque is built, you can be sure of one thing. It will be the symbol for the incredible growth of Islam in Britain and in Western Europe. Dale Hurd, CBN News, London.